King Salman of Saudi Arabia has a staggering fortune of $2 trillion. His lifestyle is so incredibly extravagant, it makes the spending habits of Hollywood's richest look thrifty. We're talking owning the world's most expensive painting, a $300 million chateau in France, and a $500 million super yacht. King Salman, the face of Saudi Arabia's royal family, truly is the creme de la creme of luxury spending. $2 trillion fortune. Mohammed bin Salman is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, though he is widely referred to as King Salman. He is the face of the royal family, the House of Saud, and he knows how to spend money like it's being pumped from the ground. The House of Saud obtained their wealth from oil, discovered in Saudi Arabia over 70 years ago. And while the rest of the Saud royals prefer to keep their spending private, Salman definitely doesn't care how much he spends, how he spends it, and what people think or say about his spending. Let's start by looking at the most expensive piece of art. In 2017, Salman spent a whopping $450 million on Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, Salvator Mundi. It is widely referred to as the world's most expensive piece of art. He bought it on auction in New York shortly before it was meant to go on display at a Middle East outpost of Paris's Louvre gallery. The 500-year-old painting is reportedly being kept on Salman's super yacht, Serene. And when we say super yacht, we mean it's one of the most impressive yachts in the world. But stick around, because we'll tell you more about that a little later. As for the properties he owns, well, let's just say his long list of palaces across the globe makes Buckingham Palace seem small and insignificant. Salman is based at the Al Yamama Palace in the Saudi capital of Riyadh. The building also serves as the headquarters for the royal court and is where most of royal engagements and government-scheduled meetings take place. So, it's only natural for this palace to be extravagant. The exterior of the palace can be described as elegant yet modern. Al Yamama was designed with geometric motifs and pointed arched windows and is actually considered to be quite modest. It's only when you step inside that you'll realize how much money the House of Saud has. Inside, you'll find extravagant chandeliers, rich silk carpets, ornate antiques, and gold accents. Not gold-plated, but rather solid gold accents. Not to mention the Italian marble floors and intricately carved ceilings and wall panels. Another multi-million-dollar palace owned by Salman is Urga Palace, also situated in Riyadh. Urga is far more extravagant than the main palace. The entire building is also tiled with Italian marble and decorated with silk carpets. Waste paper bins and tissue holders are made of pure silver. It is, however, his mansion in France that exudes the most luxury. When Salman bought the $500 million chateau named Louis XIV, he became the envy of heirs and celebrities all around the world. The palatial 10-bedroom chateau was built in a Baroque style and was completed in 2011. Its interior consists of marble from floor to ceiling and has gilded ironwork and frescoes. Even the indoor pool is decorative thanks to the mosaic tiling and chandeliers. In addition, the chateau is fitted with a ballroom, a home cinema, and a gym. There's even an underwater room with glass fish tank walls and a subterranean nightclub. The lavish property also has a wine cellar and a moat with a transparent underwater chamber. No wonder Kim Kardashian shortlisted the chateau as a wedding venue in 2014. Though something tells us Salman isn't the kind of person who likes to share. The chateau is, however, not the only property Salman owns in France. He is also believed to own the Le Rouvray estate, which is a 4,000 square meter plot of land an hour's drive from Paris. It is reported that the house hasn't been upgraded in the last 60 years, which of course means Salman will most likely be spending another small fortune renovating it. As for his super yacht, Serene is considered one of the world's largest private yachts and was built for Russian vodka tycoon Yuri Shefler and was even once leased to Bill Gates for $5 million per week. She measures 439 feet in length and has a beam that is 60 feet wide. According to reports, Salman paid a remarkable $500,000 for the vessel. It has not one, but two helipads with its own Eurocopter valued at an estimated $5.5 million. It also has a submarine valued at $2.5 million, an indoor pool, a snow room, a spa with a sauna, a climbing wall, and multiple deck water slide. Not to mention the movie theater and gym. Inside there are 12 guest cabins and 30 crew cabins. No wonder it costs Mr. Gates $5 million a week, right? If you take into account that Serene houses the Da Vinci painting, then she is worth close to $1 billion US. However, when he's not living it up on his super yacht, he has a fleet of the best luxurious cars, including a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, one Bugatti, and several BMWs and Land Cruisers to choose from. But before we tell you more, remember to hit that like button and subscribe buttons. In Salman's collection, you'll find a very nice selection of customized cars, such as a gold-plated Lamborghini Aventador SVJ worth a reported $7.5 million US. Then, there's his golden Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe worth $8 million. This specific Rolls-Royce is reported among the rarest cars on Earth and is also one of the fastest street-legal cars. It has a top speed of 279 miles per hour. And we're sure he has driven it at that speed once or twice, though he is almost always driven by a chauffeur. He also owns a Bentley Continental Flying Spur. It comes with a price tag of $6.5 million US. And last, but most definitely not least, Salman owns a Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport, worth an incredible $12.5 million US. It's also worth mentioning that his Bugatti is the top model in the Veyron lineup. And, of course, what would a trillionaire be if he didn't have a few jets to fly around in? Amongst the private jets owned by the Saud family is one so spectacular that it has even been dubbed Salman's Flying Palace. Worth well over the $500,000 mark, the jet has everything you can dream of and more. King Salman also knows how to live life to the fullest. In 2013, the private island of Villa in the Maldives opened up to the world's richest vacationers. And after discovering this piece of paradise, Salman rented the entire island for one of the biggest parties in history. He apparently spent $8 million US and invited celebrities and entertainers for a party that will never be forgotten. Everyone was brought in by boat or seaplane and each had their own private villas to stay in for the festivities. We're guessing the island of Villa cannot be bought, because instead, Salman is looking at having his own resort built. Apparently, he has commissioned a massive resort to be built near Jeddah, a Saudi Arabian port city, to house his family. Set to be named Neom, the development will be 17 times the size of London and will run on 100% renewable energy. Salman envisages Neom to become a cross-border city-state with its own economic zone and more relaxed laws than the rest of Saudi Arabia. He apparently also hopes his city will be able to surpass Silicon Valley in terms of technology and overtake Hollywood as the world's entertainment capital. If reports are accurate, the oceanfront property will have 7 palaces, each of which will sit on its own man-made island. And if that's not impressive enough, beaches will have glow-in-the-dark sand, and it's thought that a Jurassic Park-style robot dinosaur theme park will be opened. The bird's-eye view of the design shows the entire resort is shaped like a flower, with the various palaces on each petal. Salman's palace will of course be at the top of the so-called flower. The proposed megacity is set to come at a cost of $400 billion US. While Salman has been involved in his fair share of controversies over the past couple of years, he clearly isn't fazed, nor does he have to be. While he might be running Saudi Arabia on behalf of his elderly father at the moment, he is next in line to the throne, and will one day become the real King Salman. And if he's living life large right now, just imagine how he'll be living then.